Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Matt Madness podcast. We are joining you for a second time this week to give you the first round of our first annual Matt Madness MarchMania bracket. The way we're going to do this is everybody gets a matchup and they pick their winner based on how this match would be booked. Not necessarily who's your favorite, not necessarily who you want to see win the whole thing. If this match happened, who would be booked to win?
Not who gets the biggest pop.
Correct. First up, we have Joe Rottermill. He's selecting our top left match, the 1 seed overall, Stone Cold Steve Austin, against the former Rocker, Marty Jannetty. Joe, who do you have?
Well, this is kind of a layup. I mean, you don't have two more easy matchups than this. All right, Marty Jannetty, good wrestler when he was with Shawn Michaels and the Rockers. No one could argue that was a great tag team, probably one of the top tag teams on the tag team mountain. Marty Jannetty on his own, not so much. He got pushed through Brutus the Barber Beefcake's window, which isn't on there, by the way.
Right.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Got thrown through the window, kind of irrelevant. So Stone Cold.
Good choice. Right. Stone Cold moves on.
How did Marty even make the list?
We had a few different sources rank their 1 through 64. I weighted all the rankings. Someone, believe it or not, had Marty Jannetty as their number 4 overall ranking, which is how he snuck his way into the field of 64. Yes.
These are the fans we need to cancel.
Yes.
We gave him too much time already.
Our 8-9 matchup. This is always a toss-up.
He's already out of it.
We have Aaron Lloyd, Booker T versus Rob Van Dam.
Former World Tag Champs.
Eric's right, former tag team partners and tag team champions together. That was a tough one for me because Booker T, he's been the world champion more times than RVD.
Why was it a tough one for you?
How many times was Booker T champion?
No, I can't even do 5 times.
Five times.
5-time WCW champion, 6-time total world champion. But
you picked Book, right?
Because I'm black?
Whoa. Let's back
You were WCW, Mark.
No, because you could do the spinner. No, because you could do the spinner Rooney.
No. I went with Mr. Monday Night.
You're from Harlem, right?
RVD. No. RVD moves on to the second round. Sets up an interesting matchup, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Rob Van Dam. Now we go to Ek 2 Fly, Eric Trembicki, the number 5 seed. Everyone's favorite GOAT, Daniel Bryan, against Goldberg.
Well,
before Eric says anything, these were picked at random, and I was pretty devastated as soon as I saw that Eric got this matchup.
You know where he's going.
Well, you said earlier, this is on how it was be booked. Triple H booked this match.
Probably.
Yeah. Goldberg speared that little boy and put him down. It was 1, 2, 3. He got a concussion from it, and he's put on the sideline. Goldberg moves on.
Our personal Danny Bryan.
What?
Gunshot.
What?
Stop. Come on.
I'm still surprised you picked Van Dam.
He's the heel. Come on. He's the heel.
So everybody, it's true. Goldberg moves on. Daniel Bryan goes home, lives to fight another year. Now it's myself, Ron Pashery, picking Sting as the number 4 seed against the number 13 Christian. Easy choice for me. Sting wins this match 100 times out of 100.
So Sting versus Goldberg, we'll see in the.
We will see. Round. It'll be an interesting second round match. We got a couple interesting second round matchups already. We swing back to Joe. Scott Hall as the 6 seed against number 11 Harley Race.
Kind of a lopsided match again. But I mean, Harley Race had a great career.
He did.
I can't argue. Looking at the statistics, Harley Race was good in his time, but he wasn't good enough for the ultimate heel, Scott Hall.
So Scott
Say
Hall.
hello to the bad guys.
He's the bad guy, man. You know the bad guy, man.
So Scott Hall punches his ticket to the second round.
He flicks his toothpick, if you will.
Yes. Aaron Lloyd gets the pleasure of choosing number 3 seed, Kurt Angle, against number 14, shockingly low, Jerry the King Lawler.
In this match, I went with the best in-ring worker of all time, Kurt Angle.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
It's damn true. It's true.
How many eyes?
So
The 3 eyes.
So, new generation great Scott Hall against Attitude Era great Kurt Angle set up for round 2. I have that for you next week. Ek2 Fly gets
The sympathy match.
Yes, the sympathy match. Chris Benoit against the British Bulldog.
It's kind of sad, but
The name could be said on the show.
I had to go with the Rabid Wolverine.
if you have to go better wrestler, yeah, it's an easy choice.
Had to go what?
If you have to go better wrestler,
Oh, better. Okay. They said bad wrestler.
no.
So
no,
Chris Benoit, much to the dismay of some wrestling fans, has moved
Bruce
on.
Bulldog had talent too.
he did, but better wrestler. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Final matchup in this section of the bracket goes to me, Bret the Hitman Hart, number 2 seed, against Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner at the 15. Scott, sorry, I'm not going to holla. I don't hear you. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be moves on to face Chris Benoit in what would have been a pretty good match.
Canada.
Yes.
Greatest.
Actually.
Back to Joe. Moving on to the next section, we have number 1 seed, The Rock, against number 16 seed, Gold Dust.
All right, so being the number 1 pick again, I'm gonna do 1 to 16. Come on, man. We all know the NCAA tournament. 1 versus 16, you're barely gonna get it.
It does not happen.
It's really tough, and you're not gonna get this one if Gold Dust has Cody. If Gold Dust has R-Truth in his corner. All three of them.
Booking man.
Golden
the fact 10.
It doesn't matter how many people are in his corner. It's The Rock.
Okay, fair enough. Aaron,
Even if Marlena's in his corner.
number 8 seed, Bruno Sammartino, against number 9 seed, Batista.
Bruno.
You don't want to go Blue Tista?
No.
I
Bruno.
respect you for that, because you online listeners, I see you voting Batista. Come on, man. Bruno Santino, Bruno Sino yeah, I can't say it. Too many.
Bruno.
Bruno, one of the best wrestlers ever.
Bruno earned that win.
Earned that. Yeah, I can't talk.
Eric, you got the number 5 seed Edge against the number 12 seed. It's me. It's DDP.
All right, well,
And
Tom's
the 12-5,
River.
not to cut you off, but the 12-5 is known for the upsets. So I'm curious how this turns out.
Tom's River ain't winning this.
No, Tom's River, New Jersey.
I'm going to give this to Canada. Edge beats DDP.
All right, that's a fair one. I think he deserves
He
it.
edges DDP.
Now for me, Y2J is the number 4 seed, Chris Jericho, against the number 13, Lex Luger, the total package, also known as the narcissist for a brief time. Chris Jericho, not Y2AJ, but Y2J, moves on to face Edge, another Canada versus Canada matchup.
Narcissist, that
In
was
the second
WrestleMania
round.
9. Aaron's favorite.
We move back to Joe, the 6'11 matchup, Roddy Piper against Bob Backlund.
All Piper, all day. It's bagpipes, baby.
No argument from me. Maybe one of the best heels of all time. Guy who never held the belt because the belt he would have done more for the belt.
But
than
I
the belt
mean,
would have done for him.
even before he recently passed away. Even before then, he was still relevant in the WWE universe. Great wrestler. Had some great matches against Hulk Hogan, who ran the banner for a while.
Right.
Roddy Piper all the way.
I'm with you. Aaron, you're up again in a match that I don't know if anybody gets out of this match alive. The number 3 seed Mick Foley against the number 14 seed Jeff Hardy.
Mick Foley, concussions and all.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're getting any arguments from the rest of the panel. Eric?
Slit argument
Yeah.
from Joe, but hey.
Eric, one of the tougher matchups. We have one of the all-time greats, the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, against the Architect, the future, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins wins.
Easy. I mean, he did just win the feud with him not too long ago.
I wouldn't say easy, but
I don't really. I guess
This is a
he did win
rematch
the
from
fight.
WrestleMania last year.
He lost at Mania, but I'm gonna go with Rollins.
what's that say on my bracket?
12-time champion.
Whoa, Joe went with Randy Orton.
I don't know where Orton.
Really?
Longevity. 12-time champion.
Well, the heels got the future, Seth Rollins over here. Spins back around to me.
You have the current future.
I do. Number 2 seed, Shawn Michaels, my favorite wrestler of all time, against the number 15 seed, shockingly low, Roman Reigns. Everybody on this panel and probably everybody watching or listening, except for our new listeners in Pakistan and India probably,
I'm throwing up in my mouth.
are going to hate me. But if I look at this match being booked, Roman Reigns is being built as the next face of the company. He's being built as the next guy to be Superman in this company. Shawn Michaels would get the match of Roman Reigns' life out of him, but I do think Roman would ultimately go over.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Sean, I'm sorry. You're still my favorite.
Oh, no.
But Roman Reigns gets booked for the
Unplug his
second
mic.
round.
Can we stop and talk about this for 1 minute? Because this is the ultimate HBK guy.
I'm not going to waste my time.
What's our panel saying about this? Because
uh,
this is dirty.
Eric, don't let me defend your partner.
Hey, you're supposed
dirty.
to be the heel with me. You're not supposed to hate me for
But
that.
he knows. He knows. He talked to me.
Turn babyface. Come on.
Well, Joe, what do you think?
I think you just done it dirty.
I did, but
I think you went corporate. I think you went authority. I think you went prime time.
They don't know what's in our cups.
I just went with what I honestly think would happen. I'd be disappointed to see it happen if this was a real match.
That's what happens after you're 7 beers into the show.
All right, we move back up to the top right. Move back to Joe, another 116. Unfortunately, Joe kind of got stuck with all the laughs, but Ric Flair against the legit boss, Sasha Banks.
Well,
before your pick, if Sasha Banks was going to wrestle any grown man out there, is there anyone that can make you believe more that she belonged in that match and had a chance to win than Ric Flair?
No.
No.
But we all know where Sasha Banks got her first place vote from to get on this list.
Yeah, we do.
Now, see, you kind of set this match up well for me because you read an excellent article about Sasha Banks being the next Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you weren't comparing Sasha Banks to Shawn Michaels, but you were saying her wrestling style, her ability, her mic skills can be Michael-esque.
Yes, what he was to his generation, she could be to her.
But before that, you had Michaels losing to Roman Reigns. So
you're sending her home, is what you're
Boom. Done.
Right.
I did you dirty like you did everyone else.
Maybe I had it coming. I don't know. I guess I deserved it.
We're not sending her home to you.
So there's no winning in this for me. We move on to Aaron, another 8-9 toss-up. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, against Ravishing Rick Rude.
Ravishing Rick.
Was this hard for you, or you kind of...
Yeah, it kind of was, but I decided to go with my boy Rick.
I would have gone that way.
Original DX.
Yeah, original DX member. He probably earned it just off of that.
The Ravishing one.
Act 2 Fly, Eric Trembicki, another 5'12". Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, against former British Bulldog Tag Team Champion, the Dynamite Kid.
Everything I do is perfect.
So Mr. Perfect moves on. That leaves me with another 413. Eddie Guerrero against the great Muta. Muta, you're a legend. I can't take anything away from you, but Eddie Guerrero on the short list is one of the greatest of all time.
I cheat. I steal.
Yes, he does. He did that to make his way to the second round against Mr. Perfect in what would have been an unbelievable match.
Amazing.
Back to Joe for a 6'11". Ricky the Dragon Steamboat against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
Now, what's a bracket without a couple upsets? I had a couple.
Boring.
I had a couple.
It's boring without a couple. Like a 15 over a 2. It's boring when you don't have that.
I had a couple littered through my brackets. This one made sense to me, and I did the math. All right, first off, Steamboat, legend. I can't argue that. But he is literally the same size as AJ, 5'11", 5'10". You're giving about 20 pounds. Ultimately, I think AJ is a better in-ring performer. I think ultimately AJ has a better finisher. I think ultimately AJ prevails in this match. Sorry, Ricky.
You think the Styles Clash is better than the crossbody?
Yeah, I've seen crossbody in every match since Ricky retired.
So AJ Styles in an upset goes over Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Next match goes back to Aaron, one of Aaron's favorites of all time. Or it is your favorite of all time. Triple H against The Big Show.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
All right. I think that was pretty much a foregone conclusion. Back to Eric. About to break my heart. Number 7, Dusty Rhodes.
You already know my choice?
The American Dream, baby. The American Dream did it. Against Big Van Vader. What time is it, Eric?
It's time for an upset. It's time for an upset. Big Van Vader.
You missed the
he gets it
on that one.
Yeah.
Vader gets it. Nah, let's see how I gotta put it.
Do you want to take it? What time
Vader
is it,
puts
Eric?
Dusty down.
time.
Back around to me, one of my favorites.
See, heels don't take the time we're given. I take the time when it's not mine.
Back to me, another 215. We have one of my favorites of all time, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, greatest Intercontinental Champion in the history of the business, against JBL, Macho Man. No ifs, ands, or buts about
Easy breezy.
Mago.
Yeah, Mago, the Macho Man beat me. He loves to fight, Mago. Back to Joe, his favorite of all time, another number 1 seed, Hulk Hogan, against his maybe one of his greatest nemesis.
Easy.
The Iron Sheik. He got on the list because he maybe has gotten more heat than anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, again, like you said, I'm going to mark out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Hulk Hogan has to be one of the ultimate wrestlers of all time. Granted, he hasn't had some great POR in the last couple of years, but
Still is
ultimately
what it
he's a
is.
Rushmore wrestler. He turned wrestling into what it was. He had some of his great matchups, like you mentioned, against Iron Sheik. Great matchups. He had the camel clutch. Great matchups, but ultimately Hulk Hogan wins this. He leg drops it out him.
Yes. Yeah. No
I
doubt about it.
I censored myself.
Yeah. No doubt
that's why I
about
dropped
it.
out.
No camel clutch in this match. Move back on to Aaron. Another 8-9 matchup. These are always the toughest. Jake the Snake Roberts against Owen Hart.
I'm going with Owen. The Slammy Award winning Owen Hart.
Slammy Award winning. Gave his life for the business, unfortunately. I love Jake. I know you love Jake, but it's kind of hard to go against Owen Hart. Yeah, I know you had Jake. Right? Yeah, you did have Jake. Next one goes to Eric. We have a number 5 against a number 12.
What time is it?
I think it's time for somebody to beat the 12th seed. CM Punk against Terry Funk.
Looks like it's clobbering time.
Oh, damn.
The best in the world proceeds.
So we get CM Punk going up against the next matchup, another 413. The Suplex Machine, Taz is the 13 seed, against Suplex City, Brock Lesnar.
That's Taz with 2 Z's.
Before you say anything, I gotta say this epic
ahead.
booking on your part. Epic booking on your part.
Thank you. I thought so myself.
You deserve a phone call.
But Brock Lesnar,
Shane will call you when he's running.
yeah, the Beast Incarnate takes this from Taz, unfortunately, an ECW favorite, and goes on two guys represented by Paul Heyman facing each other in the second round next week. We move back to Joe, number 6 seed, the Ultimate Warrior, against the number 11 seed, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Kevin Nash.
This was a little tough matchup for me. I mean, I looked at it. Warrior, again, just made it in the Hall of Fame. Epic wrestler for his time. Nash, great. It was great. I mean, the NWO. Ultimately, I had to go Warrior. He rocks in there. He shakes those ropes. It's hard not to feel that.
Oh yeah, he was one of the biggest phenomenons in the history of the business. So I don't think anybody could argue too much. As much as we all love Kevin Nash here, I believe.
We're heels. We argue that Kevin Nash should have won.
I would have taken Kevin Nash myself. I won't
Yeah, and
pretend.
you also would have taken Roman Reigns over HBK. So
Yeah.
your word doesn't mean much at this table.
Oh wow, okay, I got you.
Face right heels on it.
He snapped.
The next matchup, I think we get a reprieve from penalty for saying this name because we have to. Number 3 seed, the Shovel, John Cena, against number 14 seed, Sergeant Slaughter.
I went with the construction worker.
John Cena moves on. As I kind of think we are. And another interesting matchup there. Ultimate Warrior against John Cena. The largest man in WWE history as a number 7 seed against the smallest champion in WWE history. Andre the Giant and Rey Mysterio. Ek2 Fly, who do you got?
I go with Rey Mysterio.
Is there any reason?
That's how booking would go.
Okay. I can't argue with booking. Final matchup.
Yeah, you can. We all can.
Final matchup of the show. We have number 2 seed, The Undertaker, against his little brother, Kane. I'm going to go with the Demon Kane. But either way, no matter what incarnation of Kane you throw out there, The Undertaker wins and moves on to the next round. I think he's one of the guys that has a good shot to make it all the way to the Final Four. But
Does that mean any incarnation of The Undertaker beats any incarnation?
There is no incarnation of The Undertaker that does not beat any incarnation of
Even
Kane.
the ride the bike kind of held fist to the air?
Yes, the American Badass Undertaker still beats any incarnation of Kane.
Fair enough.
So that wraps up our first round of Matt Madness MarchMania. We will return next week with our second round breakdowns. We will probably be posting polls for anybody listening or watching to vote as well. So please watch us on YouTube, listen to us on Podbeans or iTunes, and we will see you again next week.